Sawadee krap, it's Tuesday, February 18th. I'm JP Mestanza, and this is Phuket Xtra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. Let's start with our top story. The Phuket Provincial Health Office, the PPHO chief, is defending the lack of information made available at the mandatory daily coronavirus situation updates, saying Phuket officials are under orders from Bangkok to restrict the information being made available to the public. PPHO Chief Danit Samkeo explained to the Phuket News yesterday that he's not allowed to give any information to the press about coronavirus updates at all, and all info will go through the Phuket PR department, and that gag order has been made by the Ministry of Health in Bangkok. The explanation follows weeks of silence on how many people in Phuket have been put under observation on suspicion that they may have been infected, or even what happened to the 10 people who were last reported on January 31st as under observation in hospitals in Phuket on suspected of being infected with the virus. The report last Friday of passengers disembarking the Seabourn Ovation cruise liner, which had arrived in Phuket, that was the first report since January 31st to explain exactly who was being tested by whom. Meanwhile, the Health Control Division at Phuket Airport is also declining to publicly clarify which passengers arriving or departing Phuket were being screened for elevated body temperatures, despite PR report claims that all inbound and outbound passengers are being screened. But the Phuket News has received multiple first-hand reports of passengers arriving from a variety of locations, confirming that they were not screened at all upon landing at Phuket Airport. The director of the Regional Disease Prevention and Control Office, Dr. Sirilak Daichoruen, has yet to reply to requests from the Phuket News for clarification of Phuket's current situation regarding the virus outbreak. Vague national updates are provided through Bangkok officials each day, but they don't indicate where or when the suspected cases were identified. Thailand on Monday recorded one new coronavirus patient, taking the total number of cases to 35 since January. Of those, 15 have since recovered and discharged, while the remaining 20 were still receiving treatment in hospitals. As of Sunday, the DDC reported that Thailand had 837 cases of people suspected of infections, with 55 cases detected at airport screenings, though it wasn't explained exactly which airports these people were identified as infected. Meanwhile, in China, the death toll has climbed to 1,868 dead as of last reporting, with infection cases on the mainland rising to 72,000. Arrivals from Cambodia landing in Phuket International Airport have been added to the watch list to be screened as potential threats carrying the Wuhan coronavirus, officially designated COVID-19. Reports say that a total of 67 passengers from the MS Westerdam cruise ship arrived in Thailand over the past weekend, with reports saying all Westerdam passengers were screened on arrival, but they were found not to be suffering any fever or upper respiratory infections, and they were allowed to continue their journeys to their next destinations, which were unknown. It's also worth noting that doctors have said symptoms of the virus might not show up for 2 weeks. The news that Westerdam passengers have been allowed to continue their journeys through Thailand follows an 83-year-old American woman who was a passenger on that Westerdam cruise ship being confirmed as infected with the virus while attempting to enter Malaysia through Kuala Lumpur. Meanwhile, as news of the Westerdam passengers having been allowed to enter Thailand became public, Thai Public Health Minister Anutin Chanvirakul yesterday barred passengers and crew from the ship to enter Thailand again, saying he's ordered all Thai airlines not to issue boarding passes to anyone who had been on the Westerdam for the next 14 days, according to the Bangkok Post. Sit tight, Phuket Xtra will be right back after this. Welcome back to Phuket Xtra. Songkran 2020 could be 9 days long. That's what the government in Bangkok is considering, according to Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha, which they say would be a means of bolstering the struggling tourism sector. The Songkran holiday is the annual Thai New Year, which takes place April 13th, 14th, and 15th. And this year, those dates fall from Monday through Wednesday, although with Saturday and Sunday, it creates a 5-day holiday already. The Premier admitted that the 9-day holiday is under consideration, although no specific timeline for when they would make a final decision that was announced. The government is considering adding April 16, 17, 18, and 19 as public holidays, which Deputy Prime Minister Somkran says would encourage more travel and spending, although officials say that 2 public holidays might be cut from the second half of 2020 in order to compensate the plan if it goes ahead. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha will preside at the handover of additional remedial payments on Wednesday to victims of the February 8 to 9 shooting rampage, according to officials. Those same officials say that when the Provincial Center for Assistance for Victims stopped taking public donations on Sunday afternoon, the fund stood at 82.8 million baht, 29.2 million of which had already been paid out to some of the victims, leaving 53.6 million baht in the bank account. The families of the 27 innocent people killed are to get another 1 million baht in addition to the 1 million baht paid previously, making a total of 2 million baht each. Last week's rampage by a Thai soldier at Terminal 21 Mall in Nakhon Ratchasima province saw 30 people killed, including the gunman, and left 58 people wounded, 23 of whom are still being treated in local hospitals. And that's it for Phuket Extra, brought to you by PSD Windows and Doors. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit pvcphuket.com. We'd like to get your feedback on any of the news you just watched, so drop us a line in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. From all of us here at the Phuket News Center, thank you for watching, and until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket.